writing to Sid. He wrote all the time, and I'd answer. And suddenly he stopped writing. I thought, oh, because he had just had his 80th birthday. I was down here for that. And it was in June. We went to Montana, Glacier National Park, and I said, something has happened, you know. So when I got back, I found out from Kinsey, who was Kinsey Maxwell, who was Sid's friend. In fact, Kinsey cleaned out Sid's house and settled the estate and all that. He said, yeah, he had that big artery that you should have checked every so often.
He didn't have it checked?
No. You have it checked, I have it checked. But anyway, they were giving him lots of blood, and it was just, you know, it was too late.
So you went down there once a year to tattoo with him, or just to hang out?
No, I spent a couple of weeks, and just to get away from the winter. You know, who can stand New Jersey in December? Who can stand it in the summer?
And you're from Florida originally and had moved up there?
No, I was from New Jersey, from Edgewater, right across the river. From my window, you could look at Grant's tomb every day. I was there. We moved over to East Rutherford, and then June 1st of '99, we moved down here. I love it.
You know what's funny is August 1st of '99, I moved from down here up there. So I was like, JD and I can't be in the same state at the same time, so I'm just going to move up.
So you ended up in Philadelphia, huh?
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I call it Philadelphia. You know why? I went to a party at the Belford Stratton, and a week later everybody started getting ill, and I went. I never drank or used drugs or anything. I was the pure one, you know, of course. So my mother always wanted to go to California. So we flew out to San Francisco, and I was driving up in the Muir Woods and started feeling horrible. Well, they had all come down with hepatitis, and I was getting it too. It was from something we ate in the restaurant. So I've always called it Philadelphia. You know the artist Rex? You've seen his artwork, haven't you? He had the porno artwork.
What was his name?
Rex.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he came out and he lived in New York City. I used to go and see him. He had a room, I think it was 20 by 15 or something. Had one window looking out of the brick wall. He had a toilet and a sink with no bathtub or shower and only cold water. It was $4,000 a month. Well, he moved out of there when they raised the rent.
They raised it from $4,000. Okay.
So now I believe he's in Netherlands, in Amsterdam, last I knew. Rex, you know, when Disney took over at 42nd Street, it turned into, and I was over visiting him one afternoon, and he said, "Oh, walk into the bus station." So we walked around. He was down by the Morgan Library, Murray Hill area, and back across the street from it. We're walking down there, and Rex is looking in all these windows, and he says, "Ah, remember what it used to be like?" You know, and we're the only two underground cult figures left in there. It's a big 4-story building. It's a beautiful building. Rex was living in there. He was working for them, doing cataloging. And when I was out there, I got the tour of the place. Really, they've got quite a setup. They have everything in that place. Everything you can think of. Books and back dates and Hollywood stuff. They're really great people. Trent and Bob.
Were you writing true stories? Was it like just America? Was it?
People were sending in stuff they, you know, and it was good plot, but it was so poorly written. We just rewrote it. So anything I did that I know about, I know it's true, but what that they told me, who knows, you know. People do exaggerate.
As long as it's good exaggeration, I'll read it.
And then Winston-Salem did, I did 7 books. Trade paperback, T.R.A.S.H and 18-wheeler, and I forgot the names of them. And he illustrated them with old reliable pictures. And one of them was funny. Poor David. I always had everything happen to David. He had one model came up and he was not too bright, and he was looking through the book. And his picture had been used in the book. The book was called T.R.A.S.H. So he's gotten a rage because he thought he was being called T.R.A.S.H. So he locked David in the closet and rifled through the house and took things. And poor David was in the closet for a while, walked in, and then after that, when he got out, the first thing he did was have a telephone put in the closet. Yeah, I see myself on the internet, and people posting on the blog. In fact, there's some stuff from the videos that are on there. I'm like, oh, that's me. I hope my sister doesn't look at them. Since she's in a nursing home now, she can't look at anything, Well, I had a subscriber with the Metropolitan Opera. He does translations for the titles. So he ordered some of the books, and I had the regular books that I did, and real wild stuff. I think it was the Coney Island Nights. And he was in his dressing room. He was with the lyric. The lyric opera. He works out there too, and he comes back to his dressing room one afternoon, and Renee Fleming is sitting there looking at it. She says, "Hey, that's a very interesting, with all his wild reading and everything in it." Every time I see her on TV when she's singing, I think, "Oh my God."
She knows way more about it.
She's a connoisseur of good literature, Do you remember Colors Bar? That was almost the original leather bar. I was there for over 25 years. It was just south of Christopher, and it was in an old hotel, the Farmer's Hotel. It's still there. It's closed up. And the building has historical landmark status. I spent the night in there. It's a gorgeous old building. It would be horrible to see it torn down. So many really beautiful buildings there. Knock it down, It's old.
We heard, I think it was April 1st, the Argos in Amsterdam closed down because they couldn't afford their lease anymore. And the Argos has been operating as a leather bar since '57. So it was considered the longest continually running one, and then they lost their lease because it's you've got Finder, you've got Craigslist, you've got all this stuff. So if people are looking just to hook up, there's options now. We used to survive by people who may or may not want to go home with somebody, but they still want to go out and be social. And now that's not necessary.
Well, they had one building here. They left the front up. Build a new building behind, which is the way to do it with a historical building. You go to Beale Street in Memphis, they've done a lot of that. I know some of these buildings are really beyond doing anything with, but save the front, just knock it down, because you can never replace some of this architecture.
Yeah.
It just isn't possible anymore. Just a shit like New York City, I used to go up, I drive up, I'd find a reason to go check out New York. I lived in the Bronx for a while. Go see my old neighborhood. I don't want to see my old neighborhood now. But last time I went out to Coney Island, and after Sandy, they had really done a beautiful job on that. But the rest of the city, there's nothing that I remember. I don't know anybody lives there anymore. They're well moved out. And there's no way I'm paying $16 across the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, it's insane. When we came in, I came in through my dollar bus going in, and it was $16. It's like I paid $1 to go from Philadelphia to New York City, but if I was going from Weehawken to Manhattan, cost me 60.
Well, the last time I was up where my sister lived in Newburgh, so I crossed the bridge there, for $1.50, and then I come down the east side of the Hudson on the parkways, and I was able to see my old neighborhood in the Bronx. In fact, my camera was running low on batteries, and I stopped in a Kmart or some store, and I says, "Do you have any AA batteries?" They had a whole bunch of the big ones. "Oh, we don't carry them anymore. They steal too many of them."